Right then, adding a new image. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at our Scratch and we're going to add a slightly different image than the image of the cat. So, onto the cat here, I've clicked on Sprite 1, I've ignored the scripts and I've gone to Costumes. And in Costumes you can see there are two images of Scratch. Now, as you notice, they're slightly different. The reason for this is it's to make her look as if she's walking by flicking between the two images. And that's all well and good, but I'd rather, instead of using an image of a cat, I'd like to use an image of a pink fluffy unicorn. So, to get your hands on this image, you need to go into Google Classroom. You need to go to the topics and scroll down to Scratch Lesson 4. And on Scratch Lesson 4, I'd like you to click on where it says Platform, or click on the platform. Okay. Now, right click, Save Image As. I'm not that worried where you save the image. You can place it in your downloads or you can place it in your My Documents. It's not that important as long as you remember where you saved it. As soon as you've saved the first image, on the right hand side here, click through, repeat the process, save image as. When you have, save image as, and so on and so forth. And you'll get to the last image, which is a unicorn bowing her head. Okay. Go back into Scratch. Inside my costumes, I click on the Open folder and I find my first image, which is Left Unicorn 1. Open that. Repeat for Left Unicorn 2. And repeat again for Left Unicorn 3. Okay. We've now got the three main images. As you notice, first thing, they're all pointing left, and these two here are the ones to make our unicorn walk. The third one here is going to be our unicorn charging. Now, I don't need the old images of Scratch anymore, so away she goes. I'm just going to click on the image and click on the cross. Next thing to do will be to make a right image of unicorns. So I start with number 1, I right click and I go duplicate. That's created a second copy. I can flip the copy up here by clicking flip left to right. And now I want to change the name, which is up here. I change it from left to right unicorn 1. I'll repeat that process. Right click, duplicate, flip, rename, enter, and finally right click, duplicate, flip, and rename right unicorn 3. I'm going to leave for these purposes back on Left Unicorn 1, go to Scripts. One last thing is, if we look at that at the moment, we can see that our unicorn is slightly large. If we're to run this, this isn't going to make much of a platform. She's rather large. In fact, if I'm to press this little icon here from the top, this is how big the actual game will be. And we're not going to get much fun out of a game where you can only move a couple of steps left or right. So, press back to normal. I'm going to use the shrink icon up there. Click on our unicorn and shrink her down to what looks like a very small size. But now when we're on full screen, you can see that's actually about right for a platform game. Okay. So you just need to do that. Don't worry about flipping costumes, as they will all maintain the same size. One thing, please don't shrink in costume mode. I want you to shrink in script mode. That's quite important. Okay, thank you very much. So what I'd like you to do now is I would like you to, you can always rewind this video if you're not sure, but go into the costumes, import all of the images to begin with, and then open up inside Scratch your three left unicorns, flip and duplicate them and rename them and remove the old images, and then you can pop back to scripts, use the shrink icon to bring your unicorn down to a good size. Okay. Oh, and once you've done that, please don't forget to save. Away you go.